One critical piece of our energy infrastructure in Montana and across the Pacific Northwest is a Colstrip power plant. It supports about 750 direct jobs, generates enough power for about 1.7 million homes and businesses across Montana and the Pacific Northwest. Through heavy-handed regulations, litigation, and some state policies, the future of this plant is actually at risk. I was out there a couple years ago on a visit that's memorable to me. They were taking their boilers down for maintenance. It was July. And I walked in, and they were scrambling. The plant manager had been up since early morning, middle of the night in July, and I said, well, what's the problem? He says, well, here's the problem. He said, we have tremendous balanced energy portfolio in Montana. We're truly an all-of-the-above state. We're developing our renewables. We've got great hydro resources. We have wind resources. But this high-pressure system moved into the Northwest. And when high-pressure systems move in, what happens? Well, temperature goes up, and the wind stops blowing. And because they had Colstrip down, one of the major units down for boiler maintenance, we were struggling to keep up with base load at that moment because the wind stopped blowing. And we refer to wind as intermittent power, and it's not a critique of that renewable source of energy, but we still have to solve the storage issue with wind to make it a more reliable part of our energy portfolio. I just came back from Taiwan last year it was September. If you remember what happened in Taiwan in August, they lost electricity to about half the homes across Taiwan. It was a major outage. And why? Because they were too aggressively going forward on eliminating nuclear energy from their balanced portfolio. They had a plant that was ready to go back in 2014 and was battling some of the regulatory issues to get it up and running. And with that peak load, a hot day in August, they lost their base load. I understand that while a lot of coal-fired generation has retired in recent years, New England had to rely on its existing coal and oil-fired generation for this winter event. And as more states' energy mixes are changing towards more renewable generation due to policies and so forth, I remain convinced that we must find ways to keep a diverse, truly all-of-the-above energy mix in this nation, especially during these peak times of load.